remaining of chapter 1. And these are your objectives for this afternoon. Explain the parts of chapter 1 and 2. Kasama na yung chapter 2. And also, write chapters 1 and 2. Very straightforward. Okay? I-explain nyo yung chapters 1 and 2. Magsusulat kayo ng chapters 1 and 2. Yan yung objectives nyo. Okay? Let's have a review first. Tapos na tayo sa introduction and background of the study. Ang ipa-follow nyo ay CARS model. Okay? And currently, you have an activity wherein you're just going to identify or aalamin nyo kung meron or wala or hindi nag-follow na ang CARS model yung introduction na binigay sa inyo. Moving on from that, so the remaining parts that we're going to talk about in chapter 1 are statement of the problem, significance of the study, scope and delimitation, conceptual framework, and definition of terms. Alright? Now, let's go to the statement of the problem. What is the statement of the problem? Please read, anyone?
This refers to statement of the main research question that is followed by some problems or objectives.
Okay, so from the first bullet, in the statement of the problem, from its name, you're going to state the problem, the main research question. Okay? So, what are your research questions like? What is the relationship between the, may term bang financial habit? Or anong related sa, sa financial practice? Something like that? Ano ba ganon? Okay. Financial habit. Is there a relationship between the financial habit of students and their daily savings or savings? Parang ganun. So, yun yung i-state nyo muna. Okay? That's the main problem. Tama. Main problem, yun yung pinakang research question nyo. You're going to state that. And then after that, i-break down nyo into sub-problems. Or in some form, they are objectives that you want to achieve. Bakit? Yung sub-problems na yan will help you to answer your main research questions. Kumbaga, balik tayo dun sa example ha, what's the relationship between financial habit and daily savings of senior high school students? It's too big. Malaki. Okay? Meron kang financial habit, meron kang daily savings, ang daming kailangan i-process. That's why you need sub-problems or objectives in order for you to answer that main problem. Naintindihan? And from its name, that's the statement of the problem. And the second one, these sub-problems or objectives enable to answer the statement of the problem. As what I'm saying a while ago, it helps you to answer your main problem. So, ang concrete example niyan, ito. Remember the example that I gave you last time? Yun pa rin yung research question natin dito, ha? What is the relationship? I-downgrade ko na. Kasi dati may quali part, di ba? Tandaan nyo? Tanda! Nandun sa video, actually, may qualitative part doon. Tinanggal ko na. Nag-focus na lang doon sa quantitative, which is what's the relationship between music listening and stress levels among the students of Calawag Central College. Okay? Same pa rin yan noong binigay ko nung una. No? Tinanggal ko lang yung qualitative part. Now, so this is the main problem, the research problem. O take note, sa paragraph na to, the study aims to determine the relationship between music listening and stress levels among university students of Calawag Central College. I-restate ko lang yung main problem. Nagigets nyo? So, ibig sabihin, sa paragraph, sa unang paragraph nyo ng statement of the problem, i-state nyo lang in sentence form yung inyong research problem. Naintindihan? Ito ba yung research problem? Ito rin, nandito siya sa unang paragraph. Understood? Oh, hence. Ang ibig sabihin ng hence, that's why. Okay? Kaya, the study aims to answer the following research questions. Ito na yung tinutukoy na sub-problem. Understood? Kumbaga, ito yung problema namin. Kaya, ito yung kailangan namin sagutin. Naintindihan nyo? That's the point. Okay. So, i-breakdown natin, ano ba ang kailangan natin dito? Music listening. So, kaya kailangan nilang i-determine what is the genre of music listened by the student. Parang may mali dito. Being listened by the students. Parang grammatically something. May something. But then again, the point is, gusto nilang alamin kung anong genre ng music ang pinapakinggan ng mga estudyante ng CCC. Sir, bakit kasama yan? Kasi nga, music listening yung kailangan nilang i-measure or ma-determine. And part nun ay yung genre. O kaya sa readings nila, nakita nila na ang genre ay kailangang malaman. Understood? Laging babalik ay sa literature review. Kaya napakahalaga. Alright? Next, second, how long does the students listen to music? O, ayun, kasama siya sa music listening. Nagigets niyo ba yung point? Itong sub-problem na to are the breakdown, these sub-problems are the breakdown ng inyong main problem. Parte pa rin ng music listening yung 1, parte pa rin ng music listening yung number 2. Nagigets? Naintindihan? Do you have any questions so far? May tanong ba? Nakakasabay? Nakakasabay ka? Okay, good. Next, number 3. What is the stress or what are the stress levels of the students? Oh, tapos ka na sa music listening. Ngayon, yung stress level naman ang kailangan mong i-determine. Kung naka-breakdown lang ito na main problem ninyo. Understood? Kumbaga, pag wala itong sub-problem na to, masasagot nyo ba yung inyong main problem? Yes or no? Okay, gets nyo yung point? Okay, next, number 4. So, alam na natin yung music listening. Alam na rin natin yung stress level. Anong gustong sagutin? Relationship. So, in number 4, you need to ask, is there a significant relationship between music listening and stress levels? Okay. So, by these sub-problems, pag nasagot natin yan lahat, masasagot na ba natin yung research problem? Gets? Naintindihan? Naintindihan? Sir, sino pong gagawa niyan? Malamang, kayo. Understood? Ay, sir, paano po pag kulang yung 1? Actually, pwede eh. Kasi dalawa naman yung sa music listening. I-define nyo lang kung ano ba ibig sabihin nyo ng music listening. Understood? Or listening to music. Pero dito siguro, yung researcher, yung dalawa ang measures na kailangan niya para ma-determine yung music listening or music listening habit ng mga estudyante. Understood? Naintindihan? Nasa sa inyo yan. Pero as much as possible, dapat lahat ng sub-problem ay makakatulong para sagutin yung inyong main statement of the problem. Okay? Now, I have a question. Okay? Halimbawa, dinagdagan ko ng number 5. Okay? Here is the sub-problem. Okay? Dinagdagan ko ng number 5, ha? What is the perception of the students about music listening and stress levels? Pwede ba siya? Yes or no? Okay. Wait lang ha. Dinagdagan ko, number 5. What is the perception of the students about music listening and stress levels? Dinagdagan ko ng isang sub-problem. The question is, pwede ba siya? Who answered last? Sino sumagot na huli? Give me a number. Okay, give me a number. Lower than 5. 3. Ms. Onan. Sa ano lang naman yan na opinion. It's fine. Sige, go. Okay. Dinagdagan ko ng sub-problem. No? Ang sub-problem is, what is the, what do you call that? What is the perception of the students about music listening and stress levels? Okay. Bakit? Walang masusukat? Pwede. Okay, kasi sige lang, okay lang. Yung stress level, perception. Alam niyo ba ibig sabihin ng perception? Pananaw. Oo. Kumbaga, if you translate the question, ano ang pananaw ng mga mag-aaral sa music listening at stress level? Pwede bang idagdag natin yun dito? Okay, yes, kasi gusto mong malaman din kung anong pananaw ng mga estudyante. Okay, sige. Give me a number, lower than 5. 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, how about you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, kasi
Ano po, sir? Sa tingin mo makakasagutin ko siya dun sa research.
Okay, makasasagot din siya dun sa research question. Okay, sige. Sige, last. Go. Try. Okay, ang tanong is ito. Halimbawa, di ba, nag-uusap kayo members, no? Ay, idagdag natin dyan, number 5. At ilagay natin yung question na, what is the perception of the students about music listening and stress levels? Sa Filipino, yung idinagdag ng kaklase mo, ano ang pananaw ng mga mag-aaral patungkol sa music listening at sa stress levels. Sa tingin mo, tama ba na siya ay idagdag? Or tama lang na siya ay idagdag? Yes or no?
Sir, medyo yes na, no?
Isa lang.
Isa lang, sir?
Oo.
No, sir.
No, kasi
Research problem, ano sir, parang, di ba nasa quantity?
okay.
Yung pananaw niya is quality.
Okay. Sige. Okay, sige. Tingnan natin ha if your reasoning is actually correct. Okay. Now, punta tayo sa iba pang sub-problem. Okay? Halimbawa, yung sub-problem naman natin, number 5. Okay? Magbabago na tayo ha. Hindi ko pa sinasabi kung okay lang or hindi okay yung ginawa ng kaklase nyong yun. Okay? May pumasok pa kayong kaklase na isa na naman. Okay? Nagigets nyo? So, ibig sabihin, halimbawa, nag-meeting kayo, yung isa nyong kaklase gusto malaman what's the perception. Tapos yung kaklase mong isa, gusto uling magdagdag ng isa pa. Ang gusto naman niyang idagdag ay, what is the academic performance of the students, university students, that listens to music and their stress level. Okay? Ulitin ko, medyo ano yung last part ng question ko. Number 6 na, halimbawa, number 6, no? What is the academic performance of the surveyed students na lang? Okay? So, yung kinuhanan mo ng music listening nila at ng stress level. Okay? Ulitin ko ha. Yung number 5, may nag-usap kayo. Uy, kunin natin yung ano. What's the perception of the students about music listening and stress levels? Tapos, uy, sige best, dagdag din natin to number 6. Sa tingin ko pwede to. What is the academic performance of those surveyed students? Okay, now, about that question. Sa tingin nyo, okay lang ba siyang idagdag or hindi? Give me, who answered last na may number? Give me a number. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nagsagot ka na eh. Oo. Yes, kasi,
Kasi po yung academic performance is parang lumalabas po siya na moderator variable.
okay, yung grades or yung academic performance ay lumalabas na moderator variable. Give me a number. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sumagot na. Sumagot ka na rin ba? Oh, yan. Sige. Miss Corpus. Muntik na. Papahingi ko sana, Miss Corpus. Yan ang corpus. Ang corpus ay body, di ba? Anyway, sige. Corpus ay body, ha? Okay, halimbawa yung kaklase mo, ang sabi, di ba, 5. Number 6 na kayo, dinagdagan pa. Okay? Halimbawa, nag-brainstorming kayo. 1, 2, 3. Nandito na kayo sa 4 na do. Tapos yung kaklase mo, nagdagdag ng 5, nagdagdag pa ng 6. Yung pang-anim ay, what is the academic performance of the surveyed students? Alam niyo ba yung academic performance, class? Okay, academic performance talks about the... Okay, very good, the grades. Now, sa tingin mo, valid ba na idagdag siya dito? Yes or no? Bakit hindi? Malayo na. Okay, sige. Last, give me a number. Lower than 5. Ha? 2. 1, 2. Ayan, sige. Ano? How about you? Tingin mo. Valid ba na idagdag siya? Yes or no? Ha? Hindi rin dadagdag kasi masyado mahaba. Madami na. Uy, pwedeng madami na. Pwedeng madami. Pwedeng madami. Oh, ngayon alam mo na pwede na madami. Tingin mo. Pwedeng idagdag or hindi? Pwede. Kasi, uy, okay lang. Sige. Makakapanood ko sa YouTube. My goodness. Ano? Kasi, bilis sa statement of the problem ko lang tayo. O, ano? Sige, reason. You feel? You feel? Naramdaman mo lang? Okay, sige, sit down. Okay, let's settle first dun sa una. What's the perception? Okay, good point. Na-point out mo na yun ay pang-quali. Okay? And, ibig sabihin, as much as possible, or hindi as much as possible, hindi mo siya idadagdag. Okay? Doon sa number 6, siya ay hindi rin pwede. Okay, bakit hindi pwede? Actually, tama yung reason ni Ms. Corpus. Masyado na siyang malayo or out of the scope of the research problem. Wala naman tinutukoy sa research problem mo na kailangan natin sagutin yung academic performance ng estudyante. And that is also the same reason for number 5. Wala ding hint sa research problem mo na kailangan natin sagutin ang perception or masagutan yung perception ng mga estudyante. Naintindihan? So, ibig sabihin, you revolve around the research problem. If it's not in the research problem, don't add it here. Understood? Naintindihan? Naintindihan? Okay? Siya ang inyong pinakang focus. Now, paano to sa objective form? Hence, the study aims to 1. Determine the genre of music listened by the student. 2. Determine the length. Gets nyo? Pag objective, hindi statement lang ito. Hindi siya question form. Naintindihan? O kaya naman ay the study aims, tuldok, to determine the genre of music listened by the students. 2. To determine how long the students listen to music. 3. To determine the stress levels of the students. 4. To determine if there is significant relationship between the blah 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 and so on. Ganon pag objective type. Naintindihan? Pero pag sa problem question form ay ganito. But the thing that you need to remember is that kailangan ang sub-problem ay nagre-revolve lang sa research problem. Pag alam nyo namang hindi kailangan, huwag nyo nang ilagay. Kasi wala na kayong pakialam dun. Simple lang, kung ano ang kailangan, yun lang. Huwag nang ilagay. Kasi hindi yan makakatulong para sagutin ang inyong problema. Gets? Naintindihan? 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 Okay? Kaya huwag nang dagdagan. Kasi pag dinagdagan nyo, problema yan. Paano na nangyari kay Daniel Padilla? Dagdag ba ganun? Dagdag. Okay. Anyway. Moving on. Okay. Kalabro yung pakialam. Okay, anyway. Next. Hypothesis. Ito ay pag-applicable. Okay? Kasi pag halimbawa, descriptive lang yung study nyo. Bigyan ko ng example ng descriptive study. What is the stress levels of the students of Calauag National High School? Hindi nyo kailangan ng hypothesis sa mga ganong question. Pag survey lang. Okay, bakit? Ano bang hypothesis? Refers to the proposed explanation or educated guess and formulated to be tested through research and experimentation. So always remember, ang hypothesis ay may characteristics na tatlo. First is testable. Ibig sabihin, the experiments or the research collect data that can either support or refute the hypothesis. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, data ay available, pwedeng i-test. Falsifiable, evidence could exist to disprove the hypothesis. Okay? And lastly, clear and specific dapat ang inyong hypothesis. What do you call this? Clearly state the relationship or expected outcome being investigated. So, there are two types of hypothesis. Null and alternative hypothesis. Ang symbol niya ay H sub O or 0 kasi null. And then alternative hypothesis ay H sub A. Okay? So, anong pagkakaiba nitong dalawa? Pag null hypothesis, laging negative ang hypothesis niya. Negative explanation. Example, yung kanina. Ano nga yung sabi kanina dun sa sub-problem? Is there a significant relationship? Ano? Pag null hypothesis, ang statement niyan lagi ay there is no relationship or there's no significant relationship. Okay? Sa alternative naman, siya yung pro, siya yung positive. There is a significant relationship. Okay. Now, sa papers ninyo, alin ang isusulat? Okay? Ang isusulat lamang ay wait a second. Okay. Ang isusulat lang ay laging null hypothesis. Okay? Bakit null hypothesis? For simplicity. Okay? Ang statement na null hypothesis, laging tatandaan, given the research problem natin, there is no significant relationship between music listening and stress levels among the students of Calauag Central College. That is your null hypothesis. Sir, bakit null hypothesis lang? Kasi nga, for simplicity. As well as, pag may null hypothesis ka, automatic, kaakibat yan or nasa likod yan lagi ang alternative hypothesis. And lastly, kung bakit null hypothesis, ito talaga ang pinaka-explanation niyan. yung mga statistical treatment, ang test niya lagi ay laging sa null hypothesis. Okay? Laging sa null hypothesis. Yung mga statistical treatment. Ano nga uli ang mga statistical treatment? May kinalaman sa statistics, malamang. And I don't know if you were able to cover that. Pero dito sa subject natin, we'll try to cover them. Para alam nyo kung anong statistical treatments ang gagamitin. And laging ang test nila ay sa null hypothesis lagi. Against the null hypothesis. Understood? Kaya null hypothesis lang ang ginagamit natin. Understood? Pero there are times na pareho ginagamit. But for our paper, laging ang ating gagamitin lang ay null hypothesis because our statistical treatment test against the null hypothesis. Understood? Ay sir, bakit yung alternative hypothesis hindi pwede? Because our statistical treatment only test against the null hypothesis. Okay? Intindihan? Now, paano nyo pa malalaman pag kailangan ng hypothesis? Nagtitest kayo for difference. Okay? Nagtitest kayo for relationship. Yung dalawang yun. Pero kung halimbawa, nagsisurvey lang kayo, hindi nyo kailangan ng hypothesis. Understood? Naintindihan? Natatandaan niyo yung mga research questions, yung format ng research questions sa pinagagawa ko sa inyo? 3 lang yun na. Yung survey, yung test for difference, at relationship. Natatandaan niyo yung sa research question, nasa last slide. I don't know if you can still recall. Pero itong tatandaan nyo. Pag test for relationship, test for difference, laging merong hypothesis. Understood? Naintindihan? So, statement of the problem. After the statement of the problem, you have hypothesis. If applicable. Kailan siya applicable? Pag nagtitest po kayo for significant relationship at significant difference. Okay? Next, let's go now for the significance of the study. Well, the significance of the study from its name, ano yung importance ng research ninyo or ng inyong study? Okay? Usually, yan ay nandun sa gap. Okay? Ano nga yung gap natin dito sa university students? Kung natatandaan pa? Sa university student. Gap natin dito sa research question natin na what is the relationship between the stress level and music listening among university students. Anong gap doon? Kung natatandaan pa, sige daw. Anong gap doon? Diba, sa establishing a territory natin, pinreset doon yung mga studies. Ano na yung sa establishing a niche? Bakit nila kailangan na mag-study ng ganon? Bakit niya? Kung natatandaan pa? Okay. Ang pinakang point nila is para ma-determine yung music listening and stress levels among the students of Calauag Central College. Specifically, yung university students. Okay? Yun ba yung gap nila? Kasi nga, sa university students ay kukunti pa yung study about the relationship between music listening and stress level. Hep. Ay, lako nakarinig ganun ko rin. Ano, okay lang kayo? Nagbibigay naman ako ng example, Okay. So, paano nyo i-state ang inyong significance of the study? Sa paragraph, first paragraph, restate nyo lang uli yung inyong research problem. Laging ganun, restate lang, restate. Pansin nyo din sa statement of the problem, restate lang uli ang research problem. Pagdating sa significance of study, restate the research problem. Okay. Pero pagkakaiba natin is that kailangan siya ay naka-breakdown. Para saan? For students, for teachers, at for administrators. Sa inyo, pwedeng magdagdag. Halimbawa, may kinalaman sa business. And for the business person. Okay? Naintindihan? Business person. Ano pa? For entrepreneur. Yan. Okay? So, balik tayo dito sa research problem na to. What is the relationship between music listening and stress levels among the students of Calauag Central College? So, for the students, the results of the study may allow them to determine the usefulness of music as stress management strategy. Diba? Bakit? Pag na-determine nila na may relationship ang music listening at stress level, halimbawa, meron. So, matidetermine nila, pwede palang gamitin ang music para magpababa ng stress. Makikinig na ako. Stress management strategy. Gets nyo? Mabibenefit ang mga estudyante. O kaya naman, yung paniniwala nila na mabababa ang stress levels nila sa pamamagitan ng music levels. tapos nakita mo wala palang relationship, edi maghahanap yung estudyante ng other stress management strategy. Gets nyo? Okay, next, for teachers. Ano pa ang benefits sa teachers? Insight into how music influence stress levels may guide the teachers in creating classroom environment conducive to learning. Since alam ko, bilang teacher, na ang music pala ay nakakababa ng stress, edi paminsan-minsan ay pwede akong magpatugtog sa loob ng classroom. Pag wala, edi hindi ako gagamit ng music kasi hindi pala eh. Gets nyo? Okay, administrators, incorporating findings about the music's stress-reducing effects into school programs can contribute to comprehensive well-being initiatives. Kagaya din sa teacher. Kaya lang, pag administrator kasi, mga school programs na, Naintindihan? Naintindihan? Okay. Balik tayo ha. Statement of the problem. Na-breakdown mo na. Ito ang kailangan nating masagot. Okay? Hypothesis. Ito yung kailangan nating i-test. Okay? Kung may relationship pa, there's no significant relationship. There is no significant difference. Ito yung significance ng study natin. Ito yung maitutulong ng study natin. Okay? Ito ang mahalaga. Bakit? Kasi pag nawawala na kayo sa research niyo, pwede kayong, makakatulong to, makakatulong. Gets nyo? Naiintindihan niyo ba? Kasi nga, meron kayong gap na nakita. Understood? Okay, next. After the significance of the study, scope and delimitation. Ano naman ito scope and delimitation? Dito nyo i-present yung scope at yung delimitation ninyo. So the scope refers to the boundaries and limitation within which the study will operate. Okay? It defines the extent of the research, kung anong bang sakop, including what will be covered and in-depth of investigation. Okay? So kasama dyan yung mga date, and so on. Delimitation, I think that's in the next slide. Delimitations naman are specific restriction or exclusion imposed on the study, outlining what aspects will not be considered or included. Usually, yan ay yung limits ng mga researcher. Okay. So, scope natin, define ang mga variables. Area or lugar, kung saan kukunin yung mga measures. Time frame, population and sample. Okay? Malinaw ba itong mga to? Malinaw yung sa scope? Anong kailangan isama? Variables. Okay? Anong variables sa research problem na ina-analyze natin? Anong mga variables doon? Okay, stress level at music listening. Okay, area or place? Anong area? Okay, Calawag Central College. Nasaan ang Calawag Central College? Okay, Barangay Eme, Calawag, Quezon. Time frame natin? Anong time? School year. School year? Okay, 2023, 2024. Population and sample. Okay, students, anong estudyante? Okay, university or college students. Next, delimitations. Okay, ano yung mga exclusions hindi kasama? What aspects or variables that will not be included? And limitations in terms of resources like time, funding, equipment that might restrict the study. O anong aspect ng variable ang hindi natin isasama? Sige daw, sa music listening, ano lang sinama natin? Okay, genre at length. Okay. May iba pa bang aspect ang music? May iba pa bang aspect ang music listening? Ha? Genre na yun. May iba pa bang aspect ang music listening? Meron pa. Dami. Okay. So, basahin ko na lang. The researcher endeavors to establish the correlation between music listening habits and self-reported stress levels among college students aged. Nilagay pa age ha. 18 to 25 of Calawag Central College, Calawag, Quezon during school year 2023-2024. Nandun bagay yung mga in-identify natin kanina. And also, pwede rin kayo maglagay ng number ha. Halimbawa ay 50 students aged. Okay? I-specify nyo din kung ilan. Ano yun? Importante. Hindi ko lang nailagay dyan. Okay? So the study will explore the relationship between the frequency of music listening sessions and perceived stress without intervening or altering the variables. So yun yung mga aspects ng variables na excluded. Hindi nila i-manipulate kung anong music ang papakinggan mo. Wala silang pakialam. Gets? So it aims to investigate various music genres but will prioritize identifying associations rather than establishing causation. Isa pa yun. More of association siya, hindi siya causation. So, yun yung mga exclusions. Ano pa? Okay, the study excludes interventions or controlled changes in music listening behaviors among participants and will focus on capturing a snapshot of correlational data rather than exploring immediate effects or changes in stress levels. Ito mga latter part actually, I can easily go without them. Medyo lenient ako dito. Pagbibigyan ko kayo kahit hindi ganito ka-detail. Gets? Medyo extensive din kasi ito eh. Naintindihan nyo? Kahit, ano na lang, the study will just focus on the music genres and the length of length of listening time the student, or the time spent by the student listening to music. Kahit yun lang. Kahit wag na to. Gets? Simplified lang. Yung kung ano lang yung i-determine nyo sa variables. Other aspects will not be determined. Naintindihan? So, ano ba napansin nyo? Sa first sentence, uulitin yung research problem. Okay? Naintindihan ba? Do you have any question? Okay. It's already time, but I'll continue. Conceptual framework natin. It's a visual or written representation of the theoretical foundation or structure that guides the study. Okay? So, it organizes and illustrates the researcher's understanding of how various factors or variables are interrelated within the context of the research problem. So, ibig sabihin, written representation, more of diagram. From its name, conceptual framework. Framework, ang ibig sabihin niyan ay skeleton. Ang ibig sabihin ng framework ay skeleton. Concepts, ibig sabihin yung concept na yun, yung susundin, ay yung framework na yun, yung susundin ng mga concept. Naintindihan? Okay. So, a conceptual framework helps to define and frame the study by providing a roadmap for understanding the relationship between different aspects or elements of the research. So, itong unang bullet natin, ang pinaka-importante dito ay it organizes and illustrates the researcher's understanding of how the variables are related. Sa pangalawa naman, providing a roadmap. Ito yung dalawang pamamaraan ng conceptual framework na pwede niyong gamitin. Okay, ito yung IVDV na tinatawag, Independent Variable at Dependent Variable na conceptual framework. So, di ba ang research problem natin ay relationship between music listening and stress levels among the students of Calauag Central College. So, ang independent variable natin ay music listening. Ang dependent variable natin ay stress levels. At tatandaan, ang arrow ay laging papunta sa dependent variable. Okay, now, pag na-present nyo na to, explain nyo na lang. In this study, music listening is defined as the independent variable, while the dependent variable is the stress level. This is supported by the studies of, ibaba nyo kung ano yung mga studies na nagsusupport kung bakit in-identify nyo na ang music listening ay independent variable at ang stress level ay dependent variable. Another conceptual framework na pwedeng gamitin ay IPO model. Okay? So, same research problem natin, ang input ay questionnaires at readings. Ano yung kailangan ninyo? This is more of a roadmap. Hindi kagaya nung isa, more of theoretical explanation or model ng relationship ng mga variables. Ito yung roadmap. Pag sinabi nating roadmap, kali na papunta sa patutunguhan. Ano ba patutunguhan? Paano nyo malaman? Paano nyo malalaman kung ano patutunguhan ng research? Saan makikita? Saan makikita yung patutunguhan ng research nyo? Sige daw. 5, 4, 3. Saan? Saan? Sa 5 weeks ba? Patutunguhan nga. Hindi dadatnan. Patutunguhan. Saan? Ano ba naman yan? Statement of the problem. Look. Statement of the problem. Sa problem or objectives. Pag sinabi natin objectives, ano nga objectives? Sino ba si ma'am? Objectives ay yung gusto mong mangyari. Yung kailangan mong makamit. Patutunguhan. Hep, hep. Okay, IPO model. So, input, questionnaire, reading, process. Ano ang mga process natin? Yung mga proseso. Data gathering procedure, application of statistical treatment, analysis and interpretation of data. Okay? Pwede ko, ito na nga eh. Pwede nyo ilagay yan. Wala akong pakialam. Sige, lagay nyo na yan. Diretso. Yun na yun. Outcome pati. Pero malamang, iba kayo ng outcome. Kasi iba-iba kayo ng research problem. Hindi siya output. Kasi pag output, dapat ay tangible. Outcome ay, hindi, opposite of tangible. Opposite of untangible? I don't know. Okay. Ayan. Thank you. Intangible. Huh?
Intangible.
Okay. Intangible. Whatever. Basta, I'm not very familiar dun sa opposite ng tangible na yun. But anyway, you get my point. Okay, next, last ng chapter 1. Definitions of terms. Provide clarity by explaining key terms, concepts, or specialized language used in the study. Pag alam nyo na, palibawa, pang EBM lang siya, i-define nyo. Okay? Kasi ang aim nyo ay ang magbabasa niyan ay common na tao. Kailangan nilang ma-identify or ma-determine kung anong ibig sabihin nyo dyan. Alright? Lalo na pag may malalalim na words. Yun lang malalalim, pero huwag nyo damihan. Usually, yung nandun sa title. Okay? So, there are two types of definition. Conceptual at operational. Dapat yan ay present. Pag conceptual definition, yung meaning mismo ng word. Okay? Galing saan? Sa literature. Pag operational definition, operation, kung paano siya ginamit doon sa study. Okay? So, example. So, research problem, yung pa rin. O, dinefine nila music listening. So, the frequency and duration of engaging, blah, 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 blah. Ayan, may author. Ganon ang gagawin. Pag operational, pag conceptual definition. Pag operational, ito, in this study, this refers to the length of time spent listening to music and the genre that the respondents are listening to. O, yun lang. Sa study nila, yun ang operational definition. Naintindihan? Next, stress level. O, ito yung conceptual. Again, may author. Tapos, operational, paano sa study nyo? Ito yung mga pangpasok na salita. In this study, operationally. Yan, kahit yan ay paulit-ulit, pwede na. Operationally, this refers to the amount of stress that is experienced by the students and measured through the research instrument. Doon daw sa study na yun ang stress level, yung mineasure ng inyong instrument. Gets? Alright. Chapter 2. Did ma'am chat you na papasok siya? Kindly check. May report? You have report? You have report? Okay. Okay. You have report? Sige. Mabilis lang ba yan? Okay. Last na ito. Chapter 2. 3 slides lang ata ito. Okay. So, a literature review is a critical and comprehensive analysis. Ang kagandahan natin dito, once na nakagawa kayo ng first part ng chapter 1, okay ng chapter 2 nyo. Alam nyo kung bakit? Kasi nga, ano nyo lang, ano tawag dito? You just have to state in detail lang yung inyong mga literatures. Okay? Ay, makinig dito. Alam ko, some of you have reached the plateau of learning. Ang dami-dami na kasi. But then again, ito ay video. Ang kagandahan nitong video na to, pwede nyo balikan. Okay? Naintindihan nyo? Okay. So, ano ba ang purpose ng literature review? By the way, ang review of related literature, it's like pamana. Pamana. Kaya i-treat nyo ng ayos to, ha? Bakit pamana, sir? Kasi yung mga authors na yan ang pamana sa inyo. Para ma-discover nyo yung kailangan nyong ma-discover na gap. Naiintindihan nyo ba? Pati pag halimbawa, once na nakapagsulat kayo ng study, immortal na kayo. Kasi pwede rin kayong gamitin dito sa review of related literature. According to the study of Maravilla 2023, students with financial, high financial habits tend to have high savings. Okay? Naintindihan niyo ba? Kaya kung gusto niyo maging immortal, ito, magsulat kayo. Kasama yan. Okay? Ayoko na pala maging immortal. Okay, anyway. It serves several key purposes within academic or research-based writing like survey of existing knowledge. Di ba sa first paragraph pa lang, nagawa niyo na yun? Ano nga? Nasa first paragraph pa lang, nagawa niyo na ng introduction. You survey the existing knowledge. Critical evaluation. Sa second paragraph, nagawa niyo na rin yun, ng introduction. Bakit? Malalaman niyo na kasi yung gap. Okay? And then, lastly, ito yung sa analysis. Support for arguments. Ito kailangan ito sa, sa chapter 4 and 5. Kasi pag nalaman nyo na walang relationship or may relationship of music listening at stress levels, gagamitin nyo yung study nila. Hindi kayo pwedeng maglagay dyan na kayo lang. Bakit? Sino kayo? Gets nyo? Naintindihan? Kailangan nyo ng expert na baback up dun sa nalaman nyo. Unless yan ay bago, like artificial intelligence. Okay? Wala pang nagre-research yan halos. Dun sa study namin, let me give you an example. Nakita namin na ang reading comprehension ay mahalaga sa paggamit ng AI. Sa tingin ko by practical experiences niyo, pwede niyo sabihin ay oo. Ang lalim kasi mag-English ng AI. Pag may sagot na yung AI, kahit basahin ko, hindi ko pa rin maintindihan. Kaya ang ginagawa ko, copy-paste ko na lang. Gets nyo? Pero wala pang study halos sa AI. Kaya ang ginawa namin, wala. Bare na bare. Walang this study is supported by ganun. So, ibig sabihin, yung study namin pwedeng gamitin ng ibang tao pang support ng study nila. Kasi ganun din yung nalaman nila eh. Naiintindihan nyo? So, immortal na ako. Charay. Okay, next. Identification of gaps. Oh, ayan. And contextualizing research. Okay? Pag sinabi natin contextualizing research, pag nabasa niyo yung mga related studies pang ibang bansa, contextualize yung inyo, pang dito. Nagigets? Okay, format. Thematic. Ibig sabihin, ang pagsusulat ay by variable. Okay? Ano pa? By synthesis. Last part. Pag sinabi natin synthesis, pagsasama-samahin yung inyong binasa. Okay? Ang citation format natin ay APA 7th edition. Mag-copy na lang sa ScribR. Okay, example. Brief review of related literature. Research problem uli. Laging nasa una. This study aims to find out the relationship blah 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 blah. The following are the review of related literature. Actually, related literature and studies pa yung iba pwede. Pero pwede na kayo ano dyan? Oh, music listening. Thematic. Ano ba yung theme dito? Variable. Music listening. O, ayan. Studies by Toma et al. Blah 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 and so on. Lagay nyo lang dyan. Okay, next. Oh, continuation. Stress level naman. Yun yung variable sa study nila eh. Last part, synthesis. Okay? Ano nakalagay sa synthesis? Pagsamahin nyo na yung mga study na to. Pwedeng mag-cite kayo ng specific. Okay, so the synthesis of this study underscores the nuanced relations between music. Pag sinabing nuance ay obvious. Relationship between music listening and stress levels among college students. So, ibig sabihin, yung mga study na binasa mo ay nag-highlight na may relationship nga ang stress level at music listening. Kaya nga sabi ko, pag nakagawa kayo ng first paragraph at second paragraph ng introduction, magiging madaling na ito sa inyo. Okay? Ano pa? So, it highlights the potential stress-reducing effects of specific music genres like classical and ambient music. Nabasa nila to. Okay? Nandito yan. Indicating their role in eliciting relaxation responses. Okay? So, kumbaga, review related literature nyo by variables and discussion. Last part ay synthesis.